Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, I am buzzing from my iconic mastermind call that I just got off of Zoom with. And I cannot even tell you how incredible my clients are. We talked about what our 5 year vision looks like and the legacy that we're creating and the movements that we're building. And it was so much fun. I mean, shit, it was so much fun to hear what excites them, what lights them up, what they would want to do 5 years from now, how expanded their business has gone, and it was so much fun. I have so much fun on these calls. It's so empowering because there's so many spaces where women get together and they kind of talk about like what's keeping them stuck and like what their challenges are, and then it can kind of spiral into negative talk, and then it kind of spirals into more negative shit. And I'm just like, that's not the space that I create for my ladies. And it was just literally 90 minutes of pure badassery and these women. And then not only did we talk about it, right, because we all know that like you can't just envision something without any action. So they actually, everyone walked away with their call knowing what their plan was, what's going to actually move the needle forward to get them to those bigger visions, like those micro steps get to their macro goals. And it's so incredible. I love it, love it, love it. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about something that actually might ruffle a few feathers, but it needs to be said. And I want to talk about how to actually show up when you invest in a coach. Because here's the truth, I can't speak for everyone, okay? I can only speak from my experience. But when I invest in myself, whether it's with a coach, a mentor, a mastermind program, a course, a book, I go all fucking in. There's no halfway for me. There's no dabbling. There's no, let me just try this out, right? Like I'm an all in kind of woman. And I had a question come up in my DMs. And they were asking me, they were like, hey, I'm not getting much from this coach. Like, what advice would you give me that I can go to my coach? Like all of the things, right? I have so many conversations happening in the DMs. And I realized that, you know, the feedback that I was giving her is just feedback for how I show up for my coach, because I've invested in a lot of coaches, guys, and not everyone that I've invested in has like had the best proven plan and the strategies to help me get me there. But because I have golden earmuffs on, I'm constantly using whatever it is that I'm learning, and I'm trying to look for the gold in between all of the shit, right? So I'm a very, very big believer, and it's like we can always find something to take away from whatever session it was, whether it was a VIP call, a group call, or whatever, right? So I just thought I would take some time to kind of share with you some of the feedback that I gave that woman. And take it or run with it. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter. So first of all, when I sign up for a coaching program, I know exactly what I am getting. There's no confusion. There's no, do I get this or do I get that? Or I can't remember what day our coaching calls are on, right? Right. Like, no, right? Like, I'm a smart entrepreneurial woman. I read the contracts that I get and that I sign. I know the deliverables. In fact, I'm such a deliverable girl. I'm like, I don't need you to sell me like on all of the things. Like, there's a reason why I'm on your sales call on your calendar right now. Like, I've already vetted you out. Tell me what I get for my money and what I can expect to gain and learn and whatever. And right. And I'm a very quick decision maker. I'm like, listen, time is money. I do not free from that. That's not actually accurate. I like to move fast because I know that money loves speed. I'll put it that way. Okay. And so, anyways, I'm a very quick decision maker. I'm a very aligned decision maker. And I know if I'm on a sales call with someone, it's because I'm actually looking to solve a problem. I'm not just sitting there trying to get like free advice from somebody. But, anyways, I'm a very smart entrepreneur, right? I know the deliverables, I know what the support access that I have, etc. There's no guessing. So after I have, found a coach and I know exactly what I'm getting, the next thing that I do immediately is I go to my calendar and I add every single one of my coaching calls to it. every single one of them, guys, because I am not missing a single call due to my own lack of responsibility. I live by my calendar. So I know the minute I sign up with a coach, and most of the time the coaches already have like a add all of these events to your calendar. I'm like, yes, please, right? So inside my calendar, you see the Zoom link, you see, like all of the things, right? So I make sure that those calls are on my calendar. They are a non-negotiable for me. These are sacred growth times. This is where I show up to expand, to learn, and to be challenged. So no, I don't, like I'm going to try and make my call. Like that's never the thing. I'm always going to be on that call unless I'm like on life or death emergency. Like I'm always going to be on. I've taken calls when I've been in Mexico. I've taken my group calls, when I've been on a vacation. I've taken call. Like I schedule my life, right, around my self-care, yes, and my coaching calls. They are sacred time. I cannot invest in a program and then just, like show up half-ass. Like that is just not who I am. So when I show up on a coaching call, I'm on time. I'm actually early. Most of the time I'm like waiting for my coach to like log in and like click go, right? I've got my notebook and pen and my laptop ready to go. I'm organized, I'm focused, and I am in the mindset of I'm here to grow. Let's freaking go, right? So I'm ready to rock and roll. Another way that I show up is I come ready with my hell yes wins. And I'm not just talking about like surface level bullshit wins, like, hey, I made it today and I got dressed today. Like, good for you, right? Like, we are all making it here today. And I get it. I'm not talking shit on those people who are literally like on the struggle bus right now that are like, oh my God, I'm here and that's my win today. Like, congratulations, you're an adult. You made it to the meeting that you said you were going to be. I show up ready to get support. I show up ready to talk about my wins because most every coach that I've ever invested in, guys, always starts our coaching calls with hell yes wins. Okay, so I'm talking little wins, I'm talking big wins, I'm talking micro, macro, I'm talking personal and professional. It doesn't matter. And that is something that I always encourage our ladies to do too, because I believe in, the concept of if she can do it, I can do it. When I sat in on my mastermind with multimillionaires, I was not at the millionaire mark yet, right? But I kept saying to myself when they would share, "Oh my God, I just secured a $250,000 contract. I just bought, or got a speaking engagement. I just bought a yacht." Like whatever it was, I was like, "Yo, if she can do it, I can do it." And that's the way when we talk about wins in our group, I'm like, "Yes, girl, yes," because if she can do it, then you can do it, right? I love that energy. And so I am ready to go. I'm not thinking, what was so good this week that like just, no, right? At the end of every freaking day, I take time to write out my hell yes wins. This is how I end my workday, guys. This is my Alpha Queen Collective Planner. But it's like, hell yes wins. I am winning today, right? And I write them down, I track them. And then because I know I have a coaching call and because I know that that's what we always talk about at first, guess what? I put those into my notes section on my computer so that when it's time to share in the Zoom chat, I'm copy and paste, right? I'm all about not wasting time. Copy paste. I'm not sitting there trying to type it on my Zoom call, right? So that's just how I show up. Again, I'm not poo-pooing anybody. I'm just telling you how I show up. Okay. I never show up on a coaching call hoping like or hopping hoping that I hope I think of something to say. Like, no, I come prepared. I have questions around business growth, client challenges, team obstacles, my own mindset blocks, right? I come to the call with my questions written down on my notebook. So when my coach says, "Who has a question for me?" I'm like, me, because everyone's like, "Where am I at?" I'm already prepared, right? I want to get in and I want to get out. Okay. So I'm the very first to raise my hand because I respect everyone's time and mine. And if I go on and it takes me 5 or 10 minutes to really talk about the challenge, it's like, and then sometimes my coach will even say, he'll be like, okay, so what's the actual challenge or what's the question? And I'm like, oh my God, we just sat through 5 minutes of you just not even like throwing up all over Zoom, right? Like, I come to the call with my question ready to go. Like, yes, this is the question I have. It's in the operations department of my business. This is the challenge I'm having. I would love feedback on A, B, and C, right? I value speed and time. Okay. I also show up with energy. I am engaging in the chat. I am present in the moment. I'm not multitasking. I may be eating, but I'm definitely listening. I'm writing down things. People know when I am in the room. My energy is electric, and that matters because energy shifts rooms. I one time had a coach, she said, Karissa, like our group gets so much more out of the coaching call when you're on. I was like, tell me why. And she's like, well, you're always in the chat. You're always doing something, right? Like you're always keeping the energy high. And people show up just literally to be in your energetic presence. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I was like, so you should actually be paying me to be on your coaching calls. I get that a lot. But I know I'm a big ball of energy and I love cheerleading people on. I'm like, oh my God, great job, right? Like I'm in the call as if I was in the room. Okay. And it doesn't just stop on the calls, you guys. I show up in the community that way, whether it's a Facebook group or another platform. Typically, a coach has like a space where all of their clients can like intermingle, you know, like I have a space too. It's not a Facebook group, it's a private community. All of my different levels of coaching programs are in there, you know, and so like I'm in the group, I'm commenting, I'm supporting others, I'm celebrating all of those hell yes daily wins I'm putting in the group, right? Because again, not everyone shows up on the calls, and I really want to show people what's possible. Okay. And that's the kind of energy I want too. So, of course, I mirror what I want. I drink the Kool-Aid I preach because I want that Kool-Aid, to come back to me. And let's be real, right? Everybody loves support. So, like, why wouldn't you want to go and support everybody in your own community? And okay, so that's just like how I show up on group coaching calls. Now, I'm one of those clients that truly buys, anytime that I can get like a one-on-one support with my coach, even if it's in a group mastermind or a group coaching program. An example would this would be like my coach, I do the same thing, but like my coach has a Voxer, or I get access maybe via email or via Google, Drive link, something like that. So if I have access to my coach and their team through Voxer or DMs or any which way, I freaking use it. Right? I'm the person checking in on a Monday. Like, this is what I'm going to hold myself accountable to. I'm the person on Friday with my coach. Like, hey, I did A, B, and C. I'm the person on a Wednesday that says, I'm having a shit show of a day. Help me. Like, I'm just going to burn my business to the ground. Right? Like, I value my coach. So I am constantly in communication. And I'll be honest, guys, like I don't want to wait until next week. If I've got a problem in my business, in my life right now, and I have the option to like upgrade my program and get like one-on-one support with my coaches, of course I'm going to do that. Why? Because I value speed and time. If not, I've got to hope to God I remember my question, write it down, and then hopefully we have time to answer them on a group call. Like, no, no, no. If it's another $1,000, throw Voxer on, right? Because I know that I'm going to get you Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And if I have a question, I want the answer now. I need support now. Okay. So, like, that's just me, right? That's a mindset. I get it. Everyone's like, man, it's an extra dollar. And I'm like, it's like, I'm going to save time and energy. So, of course, I would do that. Right. And if there's ever an opportunity that I can do a VIP call or one on one support, or my coaches will always hold retreats like we do too, I'm like, I am there. I am there. I say yes because again, I value that speed. Okay, so yeah, like if there's a retreat or a VIP day, right? Like I said, I'm there always because proximity is power. And when you get into the room with people who are thinking bigger, moving bigger, and doing bigger things, you expand, you grow faster, you build relationships, you become like these people become your people. I go to every retreat that my coach will put on because I know that that one-on-one in-person energy is priceless. Like we all meet multiple times a month on Zoom and that's great, but there's nothing like the sisterhood that we create in our own private, retreat spaces. And let me just say this. I always choose coaches that are like 10 steps ahead of me. I'm not hiring someone at my level, at my comfort level. I want to be stretched. I want to be challenged. That's where growth happens. So if my goal is to hit multi millions, I want to work with someone who's a multi seven figure coach, right? If let's just say my challenge was sales or marketing or whatever, right? I want someone 10 times ahead of me doing that. If I want to host retreats that become sold out retreats, I want to make sure I'm working with a coach who's already done that. If I want to launch a certification program teaching other people my methodology so that they can go out and teach the other people, I want a coach that's done that, right? 10 steps ahead. 10 steps ahead. That's really, really important to me when it's coaching, right? And stretching. Plus, coaches tend to see something bigger in you that you don't even see yet for yourself. And I love that, right? I love that. So, over the last 5 years, I've invested in probably $250,000 in coaching and mastermind programs, and my return is at least 10x. I mean, 6-figure months, 6-figure weeks, 5-figure days, they don't happen by accident. They showed up because I showed up. So when people say, "Oh, I've invested in a coach and I didn't get anything from it," I have to be honest and I say, "Well, did you actually show up?" Because buying the program isn't the work. Showing up and doing the work is the work. It's like a gym membership, right? You can't buy it and expect to get results. You have to go, you have to lift, you have to do the reps. Coaching is the same thing. Okay. So before you invest in your coach, ask yourself, do I have time to participate in the things? Do I have the energy to participate? Am I actually ready to show up? Who am I going to be in this program? What do I want to get out of this program? Because those answers matter, you guys. They matter. Because guess what? If you show up and you show up half-ass, and if I'm watching you show up half-ass all the time, you're always late, you're always scrambling around, you're always multitasking, you're not truly in it to win it. And then, you say, "Hey, I'd love to work with you, Karissa. I can help you with that problem." I'm like, "You're not really that professional. Like you're always on, like you're always late. Like you're like how people experience you on these calls is also, a good judgment of like how you do business." I'm like, you can't even show up for your own growth. Like, why would I, like, what? I don't even know what your business would look like, right? So, like, I do business with professionals. Okay. And I am not going to work with people who half ass things. That is for dang sure. So, if you're looking for a coach, like someone who will literally challenge you and stretch you and support you and help you create what you want to create in a shorter amount of time, right? Quantum leaping, you can message me. Just know this: I will meet you at the level you show up. So if you give me 50% energy, I'm going to give you 50% energy. If you give me 100%, you already know the answer. I'm all in, right? I mirror what you put in. And guess what? I have enough energy to do that with all of our clients, all 58 of them. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go because I get to spend my entire afternoon doing some mindset reprogramming, conditioning, with a client of mine. We literally going to spend, 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours together, and we're going to start to eliminate and reprogram her success blockers, right? Those little limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves, like I'm not enough, I'm too busy for that, I can't invest in myself, like whatever those success blockers are, right? We're going to go and reprogram that, because that way we're no longer self-sabotaging ourselves. We're no longer hitting income ceilings. We're no longer feeling we're not lovable enough or worthy enough or smart enough, right? We just got to get rid of all that root cause. Got to get to the root cause of why it is that you're showing up in the way that you are. And I'm so, so excited for, I love these days. They're totally different, right? That's the coach gets to come out and coach. And I get to use all of my amazing modalities and tools and tricks and like all of the woo of Karissa, because I'm a very good mix of woo and do, right? We're going to hustle hard, but we're going to find peace and alignment and, femme energy all day long. So I'm going to go because I got to go eat lunch. And yeah, I can't wait. If you have any questions about any of this, drop them below, send me a private DM, whatever. I'm here for you. So cool. Let me know. Bye.